Hey guys, it's Red Umbre here, and today, because of our internet playing up, I've decided to do a Q&A. And I ended up with quite a few questions. Most of them from Colton, well, actually, I think it's all of them. But yeah, I think most of you would ask the same question. So, here we go then. Question 1. Have I been to a different country? Yes, Australia. That's the only other country I have ever gone to. It was to go see my grandparents on my father's side, but I missed my grandfather by 2 days. He had only ever seen me when I was like a baby. I had never ever met him as a man. I was only about 17 turning 18, so I missed him, but got to go see my dad's stepmother, so that was cool. My Nana Audrey. Question 2. What's the strangest thing I have ever eaten? That would be escargot, which is French snails. I think it's French, yeah. My dad marinades snails in chicken stock and white wine and soaks them overnight, then puts them back in their shells, puts a big dollop of garlic butter on them, and bakes them in the oven. And they're quite nice. It just depends on how good the wine is or anything like that. But it's quite nice. Just depends on how they're done, because different people do them different ways. Question 3. What is your favourite animal? My favourite animals, I actually have 3, which would be the golden monkey, the spider monkey, and basically any white tiger. I love white tigers. I actually love tigers in general, but whites are my more favourite. Okay, 4th question. What power would you have? Be invisible, fly, or live forever? Well, living forever would be great and all, but not being able to live with your family and everything and watching all your descendants die before you, that would get lonely and very depressing. So I'd much rather not live forever, unless I could make all my loved ones live forever as well. All my loved ones and friends and things. So it's out of invisibility or flying, which would most probably be flying. Because invisibility, I don't really need it. I mean, if I was a thief, yeah, it's good. If I were wanting to be in the army so that I could do assassination jobs and things like that, yeah, that would be okay. But no, I think flying would be more useful for me, because then I can travel across the world for free. How did you and Shaney meet? This is the 5th question. Well, my mate Juan, he met Juan ended up with his girlfriend. He's a friend of mine. His girlfriend ended up
Want some butter chicken?
no. His girlfriend ended up attacking him, and he headed to... God, I told my mother that I'm trying to get healthier, and she keeps asking. It's getting annoying. He's a good friend of mine, and his girlfriend attacked him, so he tried getting his stuff. They wouldn't let him, so for him to cool down, he asked if his 2 good friends could be there for him. And so he went and picked up Shane, and then came over here, stayed here for a bit, picked me up, we went and got pizza, and I spoke to her for maybe an hour. Then we dropped her off home, headed to a cybercafe, me and Joanne, and done a all-nighter. Went back home, fell asleep, woke up at around 11 o'clock, and I asked for her number and text her. And as soon as I sent her the text, I asked her if she would like to go out. She said, sure, but I can't promise it's going to be a very long relationship because I've only recently gotten out of one. And she says, and also we've only known each other for a little while, which was only that 1 hour. So she said yes, and I think that was probably the happiest day of my life, because when she said yes, I was like, okay, sure. And I think what made it the happiest day of my life is because now me and her have been together for 5 years. This is our 6th year now, and these are the happiest years I've ever had. So, next question now. Sorry, before I get a bit too emotional. Okay, what is your favourite plant or flower? Well, it's hard because there are so many, but I love the hibiscus. It's quite a nice one. But yeah, it's very hard to come up with a colour that I really like. Oh, not colour, plant that I really, really love. But yeah, hibiscus would probably just be up top. 7th question. What's your favourite song? What's my favourite song? Would have to be my song to my girlfriend, which is called Gone, Gone, Gone by Philip Phillips. It's basically a song about loving someone no matter if they are here or not, even if they have died or anything like that, or even if the relationship is over. And for me, that's what it is. I love my girlfriend so much that I would still love her no matter what, and if she left me, I would just want her to be happy. And that's what that song means to me. Okay, question number 8. What's the craziest thing you have done? The craziest thing, and it isn't really that crazy, was a radio station had a competition going on. You could win $500 if you won this race. And it was called the Undy 500. Basically, we run down a street in just our underwear in town. It was nighttime, but there were enough lights there to see us. And the Undy 500 was a 200-meter sprint. And I was going to win. I could have easily have won, but as I was running, these stupid parents didn't watch their 3-year-old kids. And their 3-year-old kids stepped out in front of me, and luckily I moved around them, otherwise I could have killed them. A 17-year-old boy running at full speed, weighing like 58 kilos, and there are these kids that are like 2 or 3 weighing only probably around 10 to 15 kilos at most, and they stepped out in front of me because their parents didn't watch them. I ran around them, which slowed me down, and I couldn't pick my pace back up, and not enough anyway, and I ended up losing. But yeah, that's probably the craziest thing I've done. have I ever rescued an animal? Well, me and my girlfriend did. This one. This little girl right here. We saved her, my girlfriend's mum's dog found these 5 kittens. And so we said, yeah, we'll take them on and we will give them out to people. But one of them we did not realize had cat flu. So we ended up finding the youngest one, the runt, died. Felt so terrible too. But the young one died, and then the rest started to die off as well. And Gingy was the only one left. That was probably also one of the hardest things I had to do, bury them all. So they all died, and we ended up with her. We saved her from the cat flu. Managed to keep her healthy enough, and she fought it off. But other than that, yeah. Oh, and I've rescued a few other animals out of trees and things, and given them to a nice home and things like that. Okay. Next question. Have you ever met a celebrity? No. Well, not exactly. I haven't really met a famous person. We do have a famous person in our family who is called Lawrence Makware. And he acted as Lurds in the first Lord of the Rings. He's the one that killed off, I think it was Boromir or something like that, with the bow, and then he ended up facing off against Strider and got his head chopped off of the Uruk-hai. So, yeah, he's my cousin, but I haven't really met any other famous people or anything. Okay. Next one. Have I ever thought about being vegan? No. Definitely not. I love meat too much. I love steaks and things like that. But one thing I will never do is I can't eat baby animals like chicken nibbles. Chicken nibbles are from the little baby chicks. I can't eat them. I can't really eat lamb anymore because lamb is, for me, they have hardly even lived, and then we are eating them. I can't do that. So with me, if I eat sheep, it's mutton. So that's basically the only thing I can't do is eat animals that have only been alive for maybe a year. Or a couple of years. They need to at least have a life. Also, I can't eat anything else that I have actually killed myself because I can't eat something that I've seen alive. Like if I see a fish and it's alive in front of me and then they kill it and then chop it up and I eat it, I can't eat it because I saw it alive. I don't know, it's just, yeah. Okay, what is your favourite food? This is the final question. What is your favourite food other than barbecue? Well, barbecue isn't really my most favourite. It is one of my favourites, but it's not really my most favourite. My most favourite food would have to be sushi. I love big jumbo salmon sushis, as well as nigiri. Nigiri is basically a type of sushi where there is no seaweed. It's basically a roll of like a brick shape of rice with a slab of salmon on top. I love them, or any fish, like it could even be shrimp or prawns. So I like things like that. That's probably my favorite, along with Spanish food. I love Spanish food. I actually cook a lot of Spanish food as well. But yeah, so Spanish food and sushi are probably my favorite foods. So I guess that's the end of this Q&A, guys. If you like it, drop a like on it. If you're not subscribed and you want to be, hit that subscribe button and hit the bell to be notified whenever I do new videos. As well as in the description below is a link to my Twitter. And I will keep you up to date on everything. But until next time, stay awesome. And remember, keep living happy. Later, Zumbrats.